Hey, Kev, it's time to record a new Smodcast.
Fuck off. I'm listening to one of the other great shows on the Smodcast Podcast Network. Scott?
There's so many to choose from.
You damn skippy, there's so many to choose from. I'm on 5 every week myself, man. Hollywood Babylon on Monday, Smodcast with you on Tuesday, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Wednesday with Jay Muse, Fat Man on Batman every Thursday, and then I wrap up the week with Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
There's so many to choose from.
Hell yeah, son, and those aren't the only podcasts. Those are just the ones I'm involved with. What about the podcasts of Smodco that don't feature me, man? Like Tell 'em Steve Dave, Last Week on Earth with Ben Glebe, I Sell Comics with Ming and Mike.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, man, there's also Film School Fridays or Netheads or Get Up on This, Team Jack.
There's so many to choose from.
The Breaks, man, Waking from the American Dream, Bagged and Boarded, Phoebe, Soundbite Nation. These are all the shows you could be listening to over at smodcast.com, Scott.
There's so many to choose from.
And if audio's not enough for you, man, if you're just like, no, I want the thick dick of video as well, man, well, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is C-Smod, or you can watch Comic Book Men, our show on AMC, following The Walking Dead and The Talking Dead every Sunday night.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. So get choosing, kids. Go to smodcast.com. Start getting picky, man. Stick these sweet, sweet oral sounds into your ear pussies.
There's so many to choose from.
You said that already.
There's so many to choose from.
Why, hello all. It's your old pal Bry here, and I'm here to tell you that this week's episode ends hair abruptly. We did a really long show and figured that since next week is Christmas, people are going to have a hard time getting down, blah, blah, blah. We're going to cut it into 2 parts. So this is part 1 of the podcast that loved too much.
Oh, yeah. Every time I get a picture taken in shorts, they talk about a boner.
That fucking fat pig should have had his head taken off and put right on center ice. And that to me, that's a pussy show. That's a pussy cop show. Who the fuck wants to watch?
They should have been gunning down Mexicans right and left.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave with me, Bry, with Walt, of course, and with a cardigan-wearing BQ.
Hello.
Looking fresh, son.
It's me and Jay-Z, bro. Rock your cardigans.
Were you impressed with
What's that?
Beyonce dropping her secret album?
Well, I fucking certainly heard enough about it, I'll tell you that.
I imagine you must have.
I haven't heard it yet. I heard it's more sexual in nature than her normal tunes.
I gotta say, I heard a lyric about it was like something about a partition in the limo.
Okay. They put it up to get freaky?
Well, you put it up so that Beyonce could get on her knees.
Whoa.
Right?
You know, she's talking about Jay-Z's like hog too.
I mean, if I were Jay-Z, I'd be like, seriously, it's not about me. I want to be happy with that. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and guess.
Well, but she's an artist, so like, isn't she allowed to sing about any experience?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
It doesn't bother me.
But if you're Jay-Z and Beyonce's your gal,
okay,
and she starts singing about sucking dick in a limo, can't she just be like, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about, like, it's a song. I'm an artist. I'm channeling the everyman experience.
Was Jay-Z mad?
No, I don't. I have no clue. But you just said if I was Jay-Z, I would be. Well,
yes, if she's talking about a specific cock.
Yeah, but even if she's singing about
it's
one
not like
cock,
she's doing housework and humming it to herself. You know, she's not Beyonce. She's just your average housewife.
Right, but so if Beyonce sings a song about, let's say she watched Die Hard,
okay,
and suddenly she sings a song about, like, saving plaza from terrorists. Like, she's just singing a song about something that strikes her fancy. Like, why does she have to be about saving Jay-Z from Hans Gruber? You see what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
Wait a minute, I don't understand. Well, how is it a secret album?
Nobody knew she was going to drop it, as they say.
Yeah. Usually
Is that good marketing?
Apparently so. It's like the #1 album in like every country in the land.
All of a sudden, people are like, Mandela who?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me no one knew an album was coming out?
That's right.
And so that was a good marketing, like to me. How does that?
Because it just came out, and everybody was just like, "Oh my god!"
But it can only work for certain artists.
Oh yeah, sure. Millions of albums a day come out without any fucking press. It doesn't help.
I think
so next year we shouldn't release the Xmas 2014 episode with a no fanfare.
No, I think we fall on the other side of the coin. I think we're the need fanfare side of the coin.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not Jay-Z and Beyonce. The thing that annoyed me about it.
Good.
You know how all these rappers and rap types and songstresses, it's always featuring Timbaland.
Yeah.
Featuring DMX, featuring this or that one. When I see featuring Blue Ivy, their 2-year-old daughter.
On the Sexy album?
It was the one where she's singing about blowjobs.
Get out. Blue Ivy came in?
It's not, but I'm not sure what the song is about.
Well, come on.
Give me a break. Featuring your fucking 2-year-old daughter.
You don't think it's a fun way to get the whole family involved?
No, I don't. It's an annoying way to fucking get me annoyed. You know what I mean?
All right.
Let me see. I'm going to find that.
So you're saying she only has to sing about Jay-Z's dick, but she can't have a kid on?
I think every track should be about her sucking Jay-Z's dick, just in different locations.
That would be a great album.
The back of the limo.
Right. The Vatican.
The Vatican.
Yeah.
You know,
that happened at the Vatican?
Ming's house.
No,
How great would that be?
What was the name? What's the name of her album? The new album?
Beyonce.
That's all it's called?
Yeah.
Self-titled.
Oh boy.
I have so much to say about this.
This is
I'm very lucky I'm not interjecting completely.
Please.
This is This is kind of pretentious, then, right? I mean, this is not arrogant. Even there's no album cover. You name it just Beyonce,
Right?
And you don't even tell anybody it's coming out.
Right. Why is that arrogant?
She can do it.
No, that she named it after herself. I meant. Okay, Walt. R&B Beyonce's latest self-titled album surpassed 1 million copies sold worldwide in 6 days and set a record for iTunes. So yes, their marketing scheme definitely worked.
Word of mouth. Global word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. That's big. Have you watched the I think it was on HBO. There's a Beyonce documentary or something.
Okay.
Have you watched it?
No, I don't care.
She's quite a performer.
She is. I saw her live this year. I saw her at the Barclays Center.
Did you?
She's quite a performer.
What are you doing there?
You know,
sounds almost like you should be in the back of a limo, trying to close a partition up.
Trying to suck Jay-Z's dick.
That's a power couple, right?
Oh, I don't know how many more powerful couples there are in the world of entertainment right now.
You got Brad and Angelina.
Sure. I don't even know if they're as powerful as Jay-Z.
Are they the most powerful power couple?
They might be. Not just because of music. They also own so many fashion labels. They own recording studios. They do movies. They're both.
What movies do they do?
She was in Goldfinger. She was in the last Austin Powers movies, but
she sucked in it though.
Well, I didn't say she was good.
Last Austin Power movie. What was that? In the 90s?
Cleopatra.
Yeah, but she's done a bunch. I mean, I'm not a fan of her, so I don't follow it.
Look at her going to the mat.
All right.
Calm down, Q. Oh, here you go. There's some backlash though. It appears. Walt, want to hear about retailer backlash?
Well, wait a minute. How is it? So it's not sold. It's sold in retail outlets too. So it couldn't have been a fucking secret then. How could the secret have been kept if they're shipping copies of her CD to stores?
Because they put it out on iTunes first.
Okay.
And then I guess they told retailers.
Oh, so that's the backlash. Retailers are upset.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
The fastest selling album ever on iTunes with more than 800,000 downloads, but Target is refusing to stock it. It was released out of the blue on Friday, and the retail giant claims its online release will hamper physical CD sales. So it has taken the decision not to sell it.
Well, that's definitely going to hamper CD sales.
Yeah. Is that cutting off your nose to spite your face a little bit? Or your target, you're like, we'll survive.
They do risk Beyonce being like, well, then I don't need you next time either, so who gives a fuck?
Well, there's going to be a time when Beyonce is going to need Target. You rest assured. No one stays on top for fucking forever, Q.
Or you think Target at that time is going to be like, no? Or
You think Target's going to fall before Beyonce does?
No, I don't think Target.
Good luck.
But you're talking about
Target's going to outlast Beyonce.
Without a doubt.
Beyonce's going to sag and get wrinkles. And it's going to get gray hair sprouting out any day now. And
any day.
And Target will still be.
Yeah, but I agree 100%.
Kicking.
But you think Target is going to hold a grudge?
Sure. Why
Really?
would they?
Because they've stock.
Well, Target. I'm telling you, Target doesn't have to hold a grudge. There'll be other things they could sell to recoup that money. And there'll be a time when she needs Target more than Target will ever need her.
I don't know about that.
You're crazy.
I don't know about that, buddy.
Target's more powerful than Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's not true, but I don't think Beyonce's going to sweat for a second if Target.
Right now, of course not.
Yeah, but she's always
what? She's always going to be where it's at the top?
she will always have enough money that she doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah.
Allen Iverson thought he was going to have enough money to last his whole career.
Lots of people thought that, right?
Right, there's a lot of performers, people who are living it up.
But she's married to Jay-Z. You're talking about both these people are going to go broke?
Do you remember MC
Beckham
Hammer?
and Posh. Beckham and Posh.
Do you recall
rich as
another
shit.
rapper who was on top of the world, MC Hammer?
Sure.
And was penniless at one time?
Right.
So why can't it happen again?
I don't think it'll happen.
History
to
doesn't
two of
repeat
them.
itself?
It does. I don't think it's going to happen to these two.
Why?
Because MC
They're
Hammer.
too smart?
They're smarter than
One,
MC
they're
Hammer.
they're definitely smarter than MC Hammer. Two, MC Hammer didn't have a career that lasted as long as they were already. They have staying power that MC Hammer never had and never will.
He had that
of the moment.
the one song, not a one-hit wonder, really, right? Or was he?
Basically a one.
Can't touch this. Right?
Can't touch this. He did the Addams Family song. That was another hit for him. But you're talking about two people who are hit makers. Like they're up there with.
I couldn't tell you one song either one
that
of these
doesn't
people.
mean anything.
I couldn't tell you
that
one
means
song.
Nothing. That
I
means
couldn't tell you one song that any of these two people have ever penned or sung,
Right.
or any of their albums. Nothing. I mean,
Right.
so but to say that these are the Stones of our ages, that they're going to be perennials.
Well, I didn't say that, so I don't know. So I wouldn't defend that position. They'll be perennials.
They're
Definitely.
perennials.
Perennials. Yes.
Really?
Without a doubt.
She's a Madonna.
Jay-Z.
She's a Madonna.
She's a Madonna. She is. Do you disagree?
Oh yeah.
She is.
Definitely- I'll give her
Why?
that.
Why is she Madonna?
She's been around for.
I can rename Madonna songs, and I'm not a fan, but I can name her
Yeah,
songs.
but when you were growing up, when you were of that age, you were in that era where Madonna was extremely popular.
You were singing into a hairbrush and shit. Like a virgin.
What's Beyonce?
You don't listen to the radio. You don't listen
What's
to this
Beyonce's real big song?
Crazy in Love was a big one that was everywhere.
That was huge.
But every album she puts out has multiple hits.
But everybody has their time though, and it comes. Almost every artist's career comes to a somewhat halt.
And even the Stones. Even
Yeah,
the Stones.
Sure.
You're right.
Right.
It'll happen.
But she's not going to go. She will never go broke. Never.
Whitney Houston.
Well,
Ooh. He's got you, Q.
well, how does he have
You're on the ropes.
A drug addict.
You look like Tyson reaching for a mouthpiece right now. I'm Buster Douglas.
I know. He's going to bite off your ear in 2 seconds.
I guess because I paused to let you talk. I'm against the ropes. Well, you're talking about a drug addict there. If they become both of these mega successful people,
Do they don't dabble in drugs?
Drug addicts?
I don't know. Do they dabble in drugs?
Not that I've seen. She's
songs about drug
deeply
use?
religious.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
So was Whitney Houston. Wasn't she a gospel singer?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think she was.
Right. But I don't think so.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy are all doing crack.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Destiny's Child, how annoyed would you be? You're the other two members of Destiny's Child.
Right.
And then she just branches off on her own, and
Yeah.
you never get that taste.
It's hard because, I guess you're looking.
Kind of like Hugh branched off and did Impractical Jokers without us.
Right. Well, once I got cut out of Comic Book Men, not even credited in the credits or thanked or anything like that. I guess I had nowhere to go but to build a career.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Don't worry, our careers will
Got it.
falter.
I got
You'll have your day.
Walt's going to get addicted to smack.
Yeah, gray hairs are going to sprout out of my head any day now.
Once I start to get wrinkles and gray hair, it's over.
That's all we got are our looks.
I don't know. We'll see. Of course, nobody can tell the future, Walt. But I mean,
Well, you've put you're putting all your money.
all my money.
You're putting all your money on.
If somebody
on
had to ask me,
Jay-Z and Beyonce being
I would make that bet.
that they're going to be
They'll have
be
Madonna-esque careers.
producing music that people will listen to in 20 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
say the no.
Well, I mean, I think that you could
Flavors
say.
change so quick, and especially in this society, Q.
Yeah, but these are the people who create the new flavors and adapt to the new flavors.
But people create new flavors. They're of that time, though. Those people, like people who created the flavors that, like, when you say, well, you weren't growing up in this time.
Right.
Those people ain't creating flavors now.
Yeah, like whoever created the poison flavor is probably not hit making right now.
Yeah, but if you look at the guys in Poison, they're still performing, looking exactly the same, trying the same thing.
But they're
Jay-Z does not do that. Jay-Z changes with.
Well, no. Oh, really?
He shifts.
He's a David Bowie.
He's a Black David Bowie easily. I'm telling you, he is. Like, you look at me like I'm crazy.
Because
he is.
To sit there and go that this man
Yes.
will have as much popularity as he does now in 20 years is
No,
astounding.
you said like Madonna. I don't think Madonna's as popular now.
So
as
you
she
will
was
release
back
an
in the
album,
day.
people will care in 20 years.
Yes, I believe so. I believe so.
In 20 years, can they still pull the same
They've
marketing
been
scheme
around.
where they don't-
Jay-Z's been around 15 years already.
Whoa. 15 years.
Yeah, more than that.
I love how he's become the defender. Beyonce and Jay-Z.
I know, right? How am I in this position? Yeah, Jay-Z's been putting out albums since I was in high school, which is 90, right? So he's been around 23 years already. How much more, like, when do you prove longevity? When it's all over and you can look back?
But to sit there and say that when he's in his 50s,
Right.
people will care.
They will.
They won't.
They absolutely will.
won't.
He's almost in his 50s now.
He will put out music that, yes, that his hardcore fans will always listen to, but the kids will never care. The kids will never care about Jay-Z when he's gets to a
Kids are
certain
the
age.
taste
Do the
makers.
kids care about Madonna?
No.
Well, then you said Madonna was your yardstick. They're the ones I'm comparing her to.
But
And
at a
I
certain
would not
point,
be surprised
And at
then.
a certain point, you know, she too also released albums that no one cared about and music that no one cared about.
But she had at least a hit from each album. I don't think she's ever put out an album that hasn't had
That
a
hasn't
hit
had
on it.
one top 10 hit.
I mean,
Never
maybe, I
top
guess.
50?
But Madonna
Maybe.
finds
I
ways
don't
to be
know.
relevant. I don't know. Anyway,
Stupid ways.
yeah.
I don't care about this.
I don't care either, which is why I wonder we're
well, do you
locked
care
into
about
this.
this, Walt? They're a combination of the two savviest business people in entertainment. They made more than any other celebrity couple this year with an estimated $95 million
Are they
in
married?
earnings.
Yeah. Jay-Z and
That was the
Beyonce.
other thing they did on the sly. They didn't tell anybody they got married.
They didn't tell them they were having a kid either until the kid was out.
Why should they?
Or she announced it on the MTV Awards. They shouldn't.
You know the way celebrities are, you know. They got to fucking announce every single little thing.
So, but it sounded like you were annoyed, though, about it, that they didn't.
I was. I mean,
You would target a roll up and all this.
could have been invited. Number 2, you might not even guess, Walt.
Celebrity couple? A married or non-married?
Not married, but a couple nonetheless. Celebrity power couple.
Just tell me.
Okay. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen.
Wow. Gisele Bündchen is just a model, right? She's not a performer of any kind, right?
I mean,
What, because of the money they bring in, you're saying?
yeah. She's the highest paid model in the world.
She still
and
is.
She out-earned Tom Brady by $4 million.
That's disgusting.
In addition to her modeling
That's
money.
disgusting because Tom Brady puts his life on the line. Not life, but he puts his body on the line week in and week out. And there's no way she should be outperforming him pouting on a fucking beach.
Walt, she has a line of flip-flops that she sells, all right?
That's disgusting. Tom Brady takes a chance of being paralyzed every weekend. And she's fucking showing some ass cleavage on a Jamaican beach or wherever they go,
Listen,
Hawaii or Aloha.
If the world had to stop either playing football or having hot chicks show their asses on Jamaican beaches, I'd say football be gone.
You're crazy.
I'm not.
Football makes America go turn. America's fueled by football.
I guess.
I'll round it out with number 3. Who would you guess, Q?
Power couple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt
Oh, there you go.
combined $50 million in estimated earnings.
That's it, huh?
The vast majority of their money comes from film pay, though Brad Pitt did an estimated $7 million from a Chanel commercial.
Oh, yeah. He was everywhere. It was all over the
Gravy.
$7 million.
All right, fuck
pouting.
Fuck all that shit. Do you want to talk about the 10 most corrupt Mexicans of 2013?
I don't want to talk about that now. God forbid any of them listen to this.
Yeah, that just happened to be
Yeah, I don't want to talk
something
about that.
on the sidebar here. Do we have anything we want to talk about, Walt? No word from Don Coscarelli. Still waiting.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I left your Christmas presents home. God
Oh, yeah.
damn it.
What a jerk.
I know. All right, I'm sorry, guys. Next week.
And the only other thing, Walt, I wanted to ask you last week, but I forgot. Have you seen the Amazon drone program?
Oh yeah, where they're going to deliver stuff that'll get to you within hours of ordering it.
How fucking crazy is that, man?
That was when they should have taken the head of Amazon and definitely forcibly put him into some sort of a mental institution and been like, you can't speak ever on camera ever again, because that was the most. That truly was insane. Like, okay, first off, you think that we can have drones flying around skies? What kind of air traffic? Air traffic controllers would then have to be on. It would cost billions.
Well, I don't think you're going to go that high. It's not going to get...
It doesn't matter how high it goes. You can't have drones flying over people's heads and over freeways and over
Helicopters
fucking... I mean, it's totally ludicrous. And why he was allowed to say that, why he was allowed to go out on 60 Minutes and say that Amazon was going to start supplying people their products by drones in the next 10 years was truly, it's a head scratcher.
I don't know, though. I mean,
Everybody was talking about Amazon.
because he has done quite a bit of things. You know?
Okay,
Yeah, he's done some really
just
crazy
like
stuff.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, you will never be delivered your packages like them being hit makers in their 60s.
Okay.
You will never have a drone deliver your package from Amazon. It'll never ever
Depends,
happen.
do I get a job? There it is. Then you do.
But a flying drone will never land on your doorstep and drop off your copy of whatever you've just ordered.
My new Beyonce album.
And then, and then like flit off into the sky to go deliver something else to somebody else. It'll
It's insanity,
never happen.
isn't it?
No, it's insanity.
To think that it would be possible, because you're talking about. I mean, because they're talking within a half hour.
So you would have hubs in every major city, of course. But then what about the other? What about these these more remote
These
places?
outposts, yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insanity, and I'm sure that people who had stock in Amazon were aghast when the fucking
No way. Everybody was talking about it. There was so much
talking about it
advertising
in one
for
way
Amazon.
that they were like, "Can you believe this? This is like fucking Tom Cruise jumping up on the fucking couch, saying that you're going to have
I don't
drones
know.
delivering packages."
I think it was a
love
good
drones.
marketing ploy. Everybody was talking about Amazon for weeks.
Now they're talking about them because in Germany, the workers are going to have a walkout, I guess, because of conditions.
Oh, really?
Well, they have these like in their warehouse. You know, it's like, okay, order from BQ. He ordered Beyonce.
Right.
So they just take that, they walk over to the bin wherever it is, pick it up, bring it back, pack it, and send it along its way. They said the average worker walks 10 to 13 miles a day in these warehouses doing this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And,
They need drones.
yeah, maybe. And they have like they get reprimanded if they don't do it quick enough, I guess, because like this little thing you have, this little, I don't know, accessory, times from when you leave your station to go get the CD and then get back.
Oh, it's horrible.
It tells you the most efficient route to get there.
Right.
You know, so you're not like, where the fuck was that thing again?
It's like Tom Hanks in the beginning of FedEx, where he puts that clock of Castaway when he works at FedEx. And he puts that clock up there, and he's just like, you have 5 minutes to get this fucking package out. Like that speech. Did you see Castaway? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're like busting balls like that. But good.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Rich dude,
Get that shit out the door.
After I saw the drone thing, it did make me interested in Amazon. So I read like the history of Amazon and the history of Bezos. And
Right. Did you order anything from Amazon in the last few days?
the only thing I ordered was Artie's book,
Ah.
Crash and Burn.
Yeah. Great
Yeah,
book.
Artie Lang.
Unbelievable book.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
A lot about drugs.
Oh,
Almost the
my God.
entire thing's about drugs.
Yeah, almost. How far did you get in it?
I have like 30 pages left.
It's horrible. It's horrifying to read, isn't it?
I mean, it's the
You
story.
know who Artie
of-
Lang is? Well,
Yeah, he's a comedian on Howard Stern.
yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's not on Stern anymore
He hasn't
because
been
of
for a
his
while.
drug issues and
Yeah.
shit. And he got he tried. They said he tried to commit suicide, but the way the book makes it sound is that wasn't his intent.
He did try and kill himself.
Yeah, he stabbed himself like 9 times.
He says something in the later chapters where he's basically
Oh,
like
really?
it was a suicide attempt. Yeah.
So then after that, he had to go to a psychiatric hospital. He wasn't on the Stern show anymore. He hasn't been on there since.
No, he hasn't been on since.
But you think about it, here's a guy who like growing, like I likened him to myself, where like if I suddenly had a position on the Stern show,
Right.
it would be like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Because he's just an average Jersey guy, blue collar roots, grew up listening to Stern, and you never think like, maybe someday I'll be on the show. Not like
He
for
was
a
on for a
moment,
while. He was on for 8 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like as a key player.
Yeah. Was great on the show too before he got all fucked up.
Oh yeah,
He's
He was
really
real good.
funny. But there's that chapter, Walter, it's actually one of the most harrowing things I've ever read in my entire life. Like where he recounts the night he drank bleach to try and get drunk. He was that whacked out on drugs, and then he started throwing up the bleach, and he couldn't fall asleep. So he thought if he stabbed himself and let blood out of him, he would fall asleep from blood loss. And his mother finds him, and is like, it's horrible. It was horrible to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real tough read.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely. His dad died when he was younger. I guess maybe 18, something like that.
Yeah, well, he fell off a roof and became a quadriplegic.
Fell off a roof. Yeah, lost the use of his arms and legs, and I guess hung on for like 2 years, and then just sort of died.
Yeah, crazy book,
So I guess that affected him.
but great book. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So no drones. No drones.
I hope there are drones.
What else we got, Walt?
Well, I received a request
Mm-hmm.
from a listener.
Oh God, what do they want?
Well, actually, it wasn't a request. Actually, this was I received a very an email, a touching email from a listener, and I've had some limited communication with him. He sent me some gifts in the mail, some nice,
Like what?
like a DVD about a Russian hockey player, a hockey card.
You sure that wasn't meant for me?
Yeah.
No, these are definitely all for me.
Do I get my 1/3 of it?
Some comic books that that he knew I was into, and I was so touched by his letter that I realized he's a big Tell 'em Steve Dave fan too, that we really can't give him anything tangible or not tangible, but like merchandise wise or what's the word I'm looking for? We can't really give him.
I don't think you mean can't. I think the word you're looking for is won't.
Can we offer
Or
him a
refuse.
discount?
But I asked him he's such a big Tell 'em Steve Dave fan though. And his letter touched me so much that I thought that I asked him if he would come up with, if he would create a la Ming Chen some bullet points for us, and he would craft a show for us.
Except interesting.
Well, I always say it's not the bullet points. It's not the bullet points that make the show. It's how you attack the bullet points.
Right.
So he's supplied us with a lot of stuff tonight.
Wow.
And I thought we would do this show for him. His name is Curtis.
So wait, this guy sends you a baseball card with a hockey player on it, some comics,
And some bullet points.
and I've suddenly got to drop Jay-Z and Beyonce talk for his agenda.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten to talk about Blue Ivy and her debut.
I think you want to do this, Q. He's really sent me a lot of great topics.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, if you had read the letter that I read,
Okay.
you would be like, yeah, let's kick it for this guy. Let's kick it up. Let's not talk about Jay-Z anymore.
Stick it into high gear.
And let's talk about what Curtis wants to talk about for the
That's
rest
his
of the
name,
show.
Curtis?
His name is Curtis. He's from
Okay.
Michigan. And I figure we start off with his numero uno thing he wants to talk about, Q. What's the matter, Q?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
What was that?
Sorry,
You're staring at
heartburn.
that. Oh, I thought you were looking at that. and you were-
Me too. I was like, is he?
He was disgusted by
Suddenly
what
had a rise of bile in my throat.
Like the look at his eye was like I was eating dog shit. Maybe.
The numero uno thing this man would like to talk about, Q,
Yeah.
is hockey.
Oh. So many things are making sense now.
But so I thought, you know what? If we're going to talk about hockey, I got to bring the View Askews experts into the Smodco's experts on hockey subject.
And Kevin was as soon as Walt mentioned hockey, Kev started crying, talking about the great one. So I figured he.
So
wasn't
I thought
any
I'd bring in. I thought I would bring in
Yes.
the only experts that have enough authority to speak on hockey.
well
Tell 'em, Steve,
experienced.
Dave.
Right.
Cue the music, Declan.
It's time to lace up those skates and talk about hockey with Walt, Bry, Ming, and Sunday Jeff. These are the Puck Nuts.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to Puck Nuts! Here with the New Jersey Devils and the NHL. My name is Ming Chen.
We got, and also, who else is at the table to talk hockey?
Sunday Jeff.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow, it's a Puck Nuts reunion.
Puck Nuts reunion. Q. I was thinking
With
back.
the owner.
I was thinking back. Do you know the last time we sat around at the table as Puck Nuts? All of us together?
Yeah.
It's going back to the bonus episode, I think.
Jesus.
It's going back years. And so this is a reunion on the level of, okay, maybe not Beatles.
So wait. So
Maybe
the
not
first thing
Spice Girls.
Curtis requests is Puck Nuts?
Yes.
And I'm supposed to have faith in his bullet points?
I'm telling you. Right? He has a lot of hockey talk.
Okay.
A couple subjects that I want to get, but then I have subjects for you and Brian that I know that you guys are going to love. Sports oriented.
Oh, boy.
But still awesome.
Okay, cool.
People are like, okay, so first hockey, but now Ming.
Come on.
All right.
The dying man. He's
Ming
requested
Jeff. His question is.
Can I real quick though? Well, can I interrupt you just real fast? Because I listened to.
And you told me that you've been listening to Puck Nuts, and you said that you found a lot of
I thought it was funny. I liked
fun,
it. I really liked
you really
it.
look back on it, and there's a lot of other people out there who may share the same view as you, and maybe
Let's hope.
maybe not.
You're not seeming confident.
But my thing was, I listened to I Sell Comics last week's episode,
Right.
and Ming, I don't mean anything by this.
Okay.
But the funniest fucking thing on your show
Yes.
that made me laugh every single time it happened is Walt in the background packaging stuff, and you hear that like the tape stretch out.
That made you crack up?
How could you not tell him like, hey
to
man,
stop?
Yeah, like hey,
I'm
like,
not
You can't tell us to stop, man. It's a functioning story. He's doing it during hours. We cannot shut down Mail Order at Christmas time
No, for I Saw
because
Comics?
Mike and Ming want to talk about comics.
it may have been the funniest fucking text I've ever received in my life because I texted Walt and I talked to him about it. And I said, I can't believe Ming didn't say anything. And Walt goes, it's the middle of Christmas season. I'd love to see him try to stifle my tape gun. I was fucking crying when I read that. Oh my God, it made me laugh so hard.
You give away
can't.
commerce?
You
No.
can't. You can't do it, man.
No.
You
Part of
got
the charm of the show.
Show must go on. Both shows must go on.
That's right.
All right. All right. So Curtis.
Strangely, you with the tape gun was more entertaining.
Curtis asks, and I want to get everybody's feedback on this. Do you think we really need the President's Trophy anymore?
Curtis.
I guess this is the point where you better explain what it is because
Why didn't you think? I think yes.
Bing, what is the President's Trophy for
President's
Brian
Trophy,
and
goes
other
to the
99% of the listeners who don't know what we're talking about?
President's Trophy goes to the NHL team with the most points at the end of the year.
End of the regular season.
Yes, end of the regular season.
and by points you mean goals and
No,
assists and all that, or-
wins and
Just
overtime,
wins, basically.
Overtime shootout.
the
wins,
winningest
everything.
team in the NHL at the end.
Who
Okay, so
the most
if they had
points?
4 goals at the end of those,
Not goals. wins.
You get points for winning games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Goals have
You
nothing
get
to do
2
with it.
points.
Okay.
You get to
Gotcha.
overtime, you get 1 point.
Why is that? I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I think you should recognize, because a lot of times, Q, the team with the most points and who won the President's Trophy doesn't go on to actually win the
Right.
Stanley Cup.
Pretty common.
But
that
it's
they
still
don't.
you've battled through 82 games.
Right.
You should recognize the team that battled through 82 games with some sort of significant
Absolutely.
recognition, right?
Are people trying to take it away? Is that why
No,
Curtis
I think
asked?
Curtis is saying that none
better
of the
not.
players, none of the players want to touch it when they win it. So why? So it seems like it's
a
almost
curse.
like a curse. You don't want to get the President's Trophy because it doesn't translate into the playoffs. What do you think, Sunday Jeff?
I think it doesn't make a difference. I think it should stay there.
You still on Saki, bro?
Yeah, I'm
Got the Saki hangover?
I got sake hangover.
Well, no, really. You think you should keep it?
Sure.
Right.
It's no different. Well, every other sport, you still get some kind of trophy. AFC championship, you get a trophy. NFC
Yeah, but that's after the playoffs, bro. I'm talking. The AFC Championship is the 2 teams that go to the Super Bowl. NFC Championship for the Super Bowl.
But I'm saying
he's not talking about. He's talking about the regular season, the President's Trophy.
right.
Nothing to do with playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a long, grueling season. You should be rewarded if you have the
touted you
most.
as a puck nut hockey expert. Equated the NFC Championship trophy.
I'm
to
just
the
saying
President's Trophy.
it's something that I think that still should be given.
I
Like
think
say
so,
you're going through the long season, and to come away, even if you don't go to the Stanley Cup or go far in the playoffs, at least I mean it shows that still you were the best team during the regular part of the season, and it still should be rewarded to you.
Okay.
Now, is there a ceremony and everything, or they just kind of?
I don't think they do. I don't think there's not much fanfare to this. It's just kind of like you get it, and nobody like Curtis says, nobody really wants to celebrate.
It's almost like the participant award, and
They're afraid to touch it. A lot of them don't want to touch it all. Though.
Yeah, now I was at the NHL draft, and there was a display of all the trophies that they give during the NHL season, and I was almost blinded by the amount of silver I saw. They give a trophy away for almost everything in the NHL. So I mean, it's I don't know if it's a valid argument, but I mean, as part of
It's tradition, though.
as far as professional sports, I think the NHL gives a trophy for pretty much everything, where other sports don't.
Right.
You imagine NFL, they give one Lady Bing trophy in the NFL. Could you imagine that?
Lady Bing, what was that again?
Sportsmanship.
Oh yeah.
All right,
remember
Q. All right, now I'm going to take it away from hockey a little bit. Still sports related, and what
Okay.
you love, soccer.
Okay.
This summer, I thought one of the most shocking sports stories I've ever read came out of Brazil.
Okay. The beheading.
Yes.
Was it the referee, right?
The Brazilian soccer referee beheaded by angry fans who put his head on a stake after referee stabbed the player during the match.
Why was the ref stabbing players? Like what?
They're crazy.
What is going on with soccer? And why am I not watching it if there's fucking people getting beheaded
Well, it wasn't
during
a
matches?
major.
And,
it was
and
like
is there an award for beheading people?
You're not going to win the Lady Bing if you behead a
No,
referee.
that's not good. It wasn't like a upper tier team. It was kind of like in the backwoods of Brazil.
Yeah,
that
but it
makes-
still was a match, though. It was some sort. It wasn't like
Sure,
a
it was a
pickup
soccer
game.
game. No, it was a
pickup
game. It was a
league.
lower league game.
Okay, you want to hear it?
It wasn't like a Sunday beer league, right?
No, it was not.
The match took place June 30th in northeastern Brazil. The slayings began after the 20-year-old referee expelled another player from an amateur match in the small town of Centro de Milho. Angered by the expulsion, the player who was expelled threw Silva to the ground as he rose. The referee pulled a knife and stabbed the ejected player in the chest. And this is when players and spectators went berserk and chased the referee, caught him, and then proceeded to cut his head off.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that happened in what's the name of the LA soccer stadium?
Where the Galaxy play.
Yeah, we went there one time.
Yeah, we went. I'm blanking right now. I can't
How about the
remember.
Red Bulls? Where the Red Bulls?
Yeah, how about the Red Bulls? We got the New York, New
sure.
Jersey Red Bulls.
Red Bulls Arena.
I'll tell you what,
Or the ladies'
season
lingerie
tickets
league.
would go through the roof.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be bigger than the Beyonce secret album. Right? I mean, this is crazy. And apparently, I didn't watch it, but there's a video of this whole beheading that's out
Really?
there on the internet. Yeah, but let's not pull it up, though.
I'll pull
You
it
get
up
in
for
trouble
myself.
for that.
Really?
Yeah. So what do you think? Was it
excessive?
was it overkill, Q?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, like, the stabbing was probably overkill.
Well, he felt threatened by the player. He was rushing him. The referee probably felt and was like, "Hey, man, I know what happens in this situation. I'm going to get kicked. I'm going to get my ass beat. I might even die.
At best, I'm only going to get kicked."
Right, exactly. But I don't think he ever could have imagined his head on a stake.
No. How does a crowd get that crazy with it? Like, we got his head off. Now what? Grab that pole.
Grab a stake. Right in the middle of the field, they did it. I mean, how do you get another referee to referee a game after that?
Oh, my God. Fucking way.
They'll do it. Oh,
What do
my
you
God.
think, Sunday Jeff? Remember?
Why is he carrying a knife?
Let's bring back Devil's history. Jim Schoenfeld goes after Don Koharski, calls him a big fat pig. Go have another donut. Set the NHL on fire in 1988. I say to you, that fucking fat pig should have had his head taken off and put right on center ice after almost caused the Devils. Devils should have won that series if not for that incident.
The arena would be closed.
When I was a kid, my mom used to kiss me
that
goodbye
happened.
for school and say that same thing. I wanted to behead her.
What do you think, Meg? What do you think about the beheading?
It's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
It's got to be the biggest or the most craziest sports story I've ever read in my life.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
think anything can top that, right?
I want to know who was there going, like, guys, don't leave his head on his shoulder. Like,
Yeah, was there anybody that would you though?
No.
Like you see those kind
Nobody
of
stepped
maniacs? Yeah.
Nobody could step in.
The only way you step in is if it's like your brother, your son, your dad. Like if you have some personal attachment. Otherwise, you're like, I can't believe this is happening.
Does this play into some sort of stereotypes of Brazilian people?
I don't
though?
know. Maybe it's soccer fans.
So, I mean, because there've been history of them cannibalizing other people.
Yeah.
During soccer games?
No.
There wasn't a soccer team that cannibalized them?
Yeah, Alive.
Like-
In the movie Alive.
Oh, no, they weren't soccer. They were rugby. They were rugby
okay.
players.
That was
And then because they
Sort of
lost,
like
right?
extenuating.
No, it's because they crashed into the mountains.
They started eating each other because they lost. I thought they were just
They might have lost as well. No.
And they attacked the other team and then
no.
and
We're
then
going to
ate
eat
them.
you. We lost.
Could you imagine going home after you behead and mount?
No.
What do you say to your wife? Like, how was the game, hun? Oh my God, I got crazy with the boys.
If you're in the stands and
Right.
you know, because I think if you were on holiday in Brazil, you
Right.
might take in a match, right?
Sure. Oh yeah, I'd love to.
If this went down, you're sitting there.
I mean, I
you're
cancel
sitting in the
my
stands.
plans.
Well, no, you're sitting in the stands and you start to see the ref and you're like, oh no, oh my God,
Oh, they're beating him up.
They're taking his head off. What do you do? Do you just sit there, or do you try to get out, or what do you do?
Oh,
What's
I
your
get the
first
fuck
move?
out. Oh no, I'm not trying.
My head might be next.
Yeah.
You don't try to boss him around?
No. This is
This referee outfit.
Listen, they have their own customs. I'm not down here like to get.
You're not coming down on them.
No.
You know, you're just an outsider.
That's it.
You
I'm out.
appreciate seeing a
passion.
little bit of culture.
I'm appreciating the passion.
Yeah.
What country would ever want to play there, though, again? It's just, I mean,
That's the way. There's a comment right here. This in no way should reflect on Brazil's ability to ensure security
For the World Cup.
for the World Cup.
Okay, right.
That's what they're
You ever seen
concerned
some of the
with.
videos now? I'm sure you've seen some where the stands are jumping up. It's the whole stadium shaking, and they had collapses, didn't they?
Yeah.
Have collapses
Oh, yeah.
in some of them
Yeah,
because
they
they were
were.
jumping so hard. It's crazy.
I tell you what, though, I wish we could channel in like 10% of this energy at the Rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about collapsing or beheadings, but boy, the Rock needs an infusion of this kind of passion.
Even half of it would be great.
You're not seeing
I said
that?
10% of it
A
would be
temper.
great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but
Start cutting the refs on ice. That's all.
oh, that's the craziest. Definitely the craziest story.
Who was
I've ever
that
heard.
player that like somebody skated over his jugular and blood just was pouring out?
Oh, that was Clint Malarchuk.
Yeah.
And he was a goaltender.
But he was all right? Like
Yeah, he survived.
Lucky.
that. Yeah,
He
that
got
was in the
lucky.
80s.
That is crazy, the amount of blood that was coming out of
Yeah,
him.
well, the jugular's a major blood provider, Q.
Ooh.
You need it.
Yeah.
Okay, Curtis he wants some sports talk. He didn't ask for this, but I thought, for Curtis's sake, I thought the unofficial fourth member of Tell 'em Steve Dave should show up.
Hitler.
Hitler.
Okay.
There's a Hitler-related sports story.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, Sunday Jeff.
Why now? Does it really matter at this point?
One hell of a typo in a high school yearbook describes a young high school baseball player as a home run Hitler.
Wow.
Is that a mistake, Bri?
Yeah.
Or is somebody like, I know how I'm going to get over on this? Come on, you know that's something we would do in school. If
You're
we
right.
were on the yearbook squad and we're like, you know what, we'll fuck with them fucking assholes who want to treat
Yeah,
us
hold
so
on. I'm
serious.
looking at
Yeah.
look at my keyboard here. The L is
I was
nowhere
going to
near
say
the T.
the L and the T are nowhere near each other. I
That's
think it was
not a
on
typo.
purpose. You're right. Yeah, I'm thinking back to a high
Is
school.
the L down by the space button, though?
No,
No.
it's all the way on the right.
People were aghast at this high school as it says, congrats to our home run Hitler, class of 2013, love mom and dad. So they had paid for this little ad in the yearbook, and some asshole couldn't spell Hitler right.
Wow.
I say to you that's a story you'll tell. You know, if you're the home run Hitler,
Yeah.
I think you own it,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
right?
Next game I play, I go up with like
You're like, Sig
step.
Heil.
A little bit of, what's that stuff they put underneath your eyes?
Eye black.
Yeah, I could put a little bit under my nose.
Yeah.
It really fuck up that picture, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Put a scare into it.
Oh yeah.
Start going like this. Instead of getting out of the bag, you just start parting your hair.
All right, so that is the Puck Nuts segment.
That's it?
He also wants to know who's your favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year, Ming. Just give him your favorites. Who you think's going to win?
This year, it doesn't look like the Devils. Blackhawks are playing good. Who else is playing good?
He's a Red Wing fan.
Yeah,
All right. Just say Red Wings.
I grew up a Wings fan, but I'm loyal to the Devils now. So,
Well, we both know the Devils are having a real tough year. There's no way they're going to win the Cup this year.
They're doing poorly.
They're not doing poorly.
they're
you
middle
win
of the
one,
road.
lose one. Yeah,
Very
very
middle of the road, right? Very mediocre.
But
a lot of holes.
Curtis wants to know who your picks are.
This is what's on his mind.
Oh,
What does Ming think?
I'll go with the Blackhawks. They're playing.
the
They're playing,
Blackhawks?
yeah, they're playing pretty well right now.
Jeff,
I'll go with Anaheim.
I'm going Anaheim.
Anaheim's doing well as well.
I think the Kings are going to go back. I don't know if they're going to win it, but I think the Kings are going to represent the West. I think the Kings and the Red Wings,
Ooh, good
for Curtis's sake.
I would watch that. That's a good one. That's for you, Curtis.
For you.
For you.
Our best guess.
That's something that you can't make happen, though.
A PlayStation, maybe. That's about it. This is for you. Xbox.
Oh, God.
Well, this whole episode's for you. So
All right. Something else that Curtis wants to talk about, Bri?
Okay.
I know you can get into this. Q, I don't know, you may be a little bit younger than us, but I think Curtis is our age. And he has a very strong affection for some TV shows.
Oh, okay.
And one of them, which is Three's Company.
Oh, my God, yeah.
one of my
You
favorites.
watched it?
Real well. I know much about Three's Company.
Okay. You
I
know
believe.
much.
Yes.
Okay.
I used to watch it every day. Used to be syndicated. I caught it in syndication, so I saw it every day.
Because then you might have seen the most scandalous, now edited version of Three's Company that has become a true phenomenon on
Really?
the internet. There's one episode where Jack is wearing extremely, extremely high, tight shorts, and you can see his scrotum sack hanging in the episode.
Get out.
And it was not caught until syndication.
Hold on.
I'm Googling it right now. Yeah.
We go straight to YouTube, right?
I looked on YouTube. I can't find it, though.
It's a sack episode.
Jack Tripp's
Am I right? Am I
scrotum.
lying, Brian?
Well,
Check scrotum.
if you go to Snopes.com,
Okay.
and basically what they do is they either confirm or deny
Yeah, things.
urban legends. The claim: John Ritter's testicles were briefly visible in an episode of Three's Company. Status: undetermined.
Well, I read that where Nickelodeon received numerous calls after airing one episode in syndication, and they were forced to edit the episode. And Jack Ritter has gone on record as saying he took it in stride. He said, "What were your feelings upon hearing that your scrotum was visible on screen on an episode?" And no one. I mean, back in the 70s, no one even noticed it. Or no one cared.
They said I'm looking at this. They said it probably aired hundreds of times in syndication, and nobody noticed until someone on Nickelodeon finally was like, "Whoa, wait! Jack was dressed in blue boxers and plopped down on the bed and exposed some things that probably shouldn't be on television." And then Nickelodeon censors, I guess, took a look and they said that they were right, and it had probably aired hundreds of times since the 80s.
What if they edit on the DVD?
Nickelodeon won't identify the specific episode involved.
Oh, it is on the internet. You can find it.
It says peg the scene as part of the final season
there's the screen
episode.
cap right there.
The charming
There
stranger.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Here, let me get a closer look.
Real.
That's it.
Looks like sack to me.
So what do you think of that, Ming? I mean, as a guy's probably the only one at the table here that probably has come close to having their scrotum out on TV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Right? I mean, you were pretty close.
Yeah, I'm shocked that no one said anything for it looks like years until when the syndication on Nick. I mean, what's it gone like Brian said? What's it aired hundreds, thousands of times? Nobody said anything. I don't think they cared.
I got to tell you, looking at it, I'm flashing back to bad memories of Captain Longnuts.
If it turned out like you didn't realize it and it got like your scrotum got through on Comic Book Man, no one saw it until it was too late. Would you be upset, or would you take it in stride, or would you be like, I can't believe this happened?
I think I'd probably take it in stride.
Take it in stride.
what are you gonna do? Come out?
Weren't people also talking about your boner with Stanley or something like that?
Every time I get a picture taken in shorts, they talk about a boner. Like
It's happened twice.
every time, yeah.
Twice.
And I know you weren't that happy about it though.
About the boner with Stan Lee?
Yeah, you kind of were getting like annoyed about it, and you were
Really?
you were kind of like lashing out a little
So that's
bit.
not taking it in stride.
Was I?
Yeah,
That's not
I don't
stride.
know if you. I think you might say you take it in stride if your scrotum was out. Mm-hmm. I think you might after like countless like ribbing about it. You might.
What's up, ball sack? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think there's another.
Maybe I'm not
picture,
as
too.
chill as I thought I was.
All right. Now, Q, what was your favorite part of Three's Company? Was it the jiggle?
No, I don't think it was. I think I was a little young when I was catching it to really be like anything besides like, wow, they're pretty. Like, I don't know if the jiggle was there for me yet. I think it was all the politically incorrect humor. I think I really took to it back
The
then.
innuendos and
The innuendos, yeah.
it was the same plot line week after week.
Yeah, the Swedish stewardesses. And Larry comes.
It was all about Mrs. Roper trying to get fucked, and she couldn't. And Stanley Roper being consumed with Jack being gay and making the most off-color, politically incorrect jokes nonstop.
I mean, he would just call him a
fairy
all the time.
So, Q, or at the whole table, can you do that show today? Can you do a remake of Three's Company with the same dynamic, the same premise?
The same balls.
The same premise, yes, but the reactions to it
Will be far different.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because it would be like at the heart of it. Well, no, you can't make it anymore because nobody would bat an eye at a guy having two female roommates, and that was the premise of
That's
it.
the premise that the landlords were
Right.
like, "We will not stand for this."
Right.
And wasn't it the swinging 70s? Like, how? Why? Yeah. Like, why such a?
I
Was
don't know,
it just
because Larry lived downstairs, and he had women coming in there day and night.
But they didn't live there.
They didn't live together.
They didn't live
Living in
there.
sin must have been a big.
Is that
a big
would that
deal.
be against the law even in the 70s though? That you could say like you can't have a male roommate?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Yes, in the 70s, you could legally, until the mid 70s, legally not rent apartments to people because they were gay.
Okay, but now I'm gonna come at you
which
with
is
another
so
stat I found.
foolish.
Come on,
because-
do it, Walt.
This stat is crazy.
me
That
this stat.
landlords were with this popularity of Three's Company, landlords were more apt to rent to gay men based on Jack Tripper's character
Really?
over
Because
straight
he was such a good guy?
Yes, and I say to you,
wasn't gay.
that's what I'm
gay.
saying. It doesn't make any sense because the viewer knew he was a straight man pretending to be gay.
Right.
You rented to the gay man, the real gay man in your apartment. That ain't Jack Tripper.
Suddenly you got San Francisco
Yeah.
So it
pouring
makes
out.
no sense. But apparently, landlords were so
Dumb.
enamored with Jack Tripper and how good a guy he was that for years, even after Three's Company was over, that landlords still were more apt to rent to gay men because of Jack Tripper.
That is very strange that they would take a fictional character who, like you said,
Yeah, no, like
is leading a double life.
And also, there was also on the internet. There's a big, years-long, decade-long debate. I mean, we could put it to rest here. Remember Mr. Furley?
Oh yeah, I remember Furley.
Ralph Furley.
Yeah.
Ralph
Yeah,
Furley,
Don
yeah.
Knotts.
Yeah.
Don Knotts, that's right.
He did the karate thing like
Yes.
this. Like that was his fucking move.
Now he believed and also would rib Jack about being gay, right? There was an episode in the final season or next to last season where Jack and Furley were thought they were going to die together.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they get trapped in a cooler, a freezer.
I don't know what the episode is, but apparently Jack confesses.
He told
to
him he
Furley.
wasn't gay.
He wasn't gay. And at the end of the episode,
Why was Furley trying to suck his dick? Why would you tell him?
Because Furley was saying, if I had ever had a son, I would have wanted him to be you, but accept the fact, the only thing that was stopping him from saying it was because he was gay. And then,
Shitty.
well, it's the 70s though. And so Jack confesses that he's not gay to Furley, but then they get out and they don't die, obviously. And Jack has to, and then Furley's like, well, if you're not gay, you really can't live there. And he has to say, well, I only said that. There's an unspoken
to
thing.
make myself seem human.
Yeah. So I could spend my last moments feeling like I'm not being judged.
But there was an unwritten and unspoken vibe in the rest of Three's Company after that, where a gay joke was never made after that episode. And Furley kind of like had more of an affection for Jack.
Really?
And on the internet, and the theory is that like he knew. But the other side of the coin, there's a lot of people who say, no, Furley still thought he was gay. What do you think?
I think if he knew, he would have thrown him out.
If you still think he
Even after they went through that experience together?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think, Jeff?
Kept it to himself. Let him live there.
You think he knew he was straight?
Yep.
In the end?
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't the show end in like the mid-'80s or something? Yeah. I mean, for Christ's sakes, if he didn't have time to adapt by then.
I actually thought that was real heartwarming, though. And I really like that, though. That they still talk about it on the internet. They still wonder if Furley knew or didn't he know.
It's still a popular, beloved show, isn't it? Like people still love it.
It's not on that much, though. You don't really see it a lot.
Yeah.
It's on always like at 4:00 in the morning. It doesn't have a regular rotation. I don't see it pop up that much.
There's I was in Los Angeles this weekend on this, Hollywood High, which is like that high school.
Yeah, Hollywood
thing.
Highland, yeah.
There's a giant. It's the biggest one they have. A giant picture, and it's of Jack Ritter. Not Jack.
John Ritter.
John Tripper.
Jack Tripper, John Ritter.
John Ritter. There's a huge It's enormous. It's the entire side of the school, and it's just him. And I saw that the other day, and I was like, "Wow,
why
that's
did they
pretty."
put that there, though?
I don't know, but I liked it.
Why is it still up? You think?
No, it was new. It wasn't old.
It was new.
Yeah. I was surprised, but hey,
That's
man, good.
weird. That is weird.
Maybe his daughter went there, or one of his kids. I don't know, but still.
All right. As far as some other shows that he dug, he has really good taste other than this show, which I couldn't stand as a kid. Maybe you guys felt differently about it. Chips.
Oh, I love Chips.
You loved Chips.
Loved it.
I thought it sucked horribly.
I was never a big Chips fan.
Love the motorcycles.
Corny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was very typical, was it late 70s, early 80s TV drama.
It wasn't a drama. I actually looked it up, man. It was actually more of a comedy than a drama.
Is that what they said?
Yeah. They said, that the Chips never pulled their gun? Ever?
Really?
And that to me, that's a pussy show. That's a pussy cop show. Who wants to watch
They should have been
cops
gunning down Mexicans right and left.
No, I'm just saying, like, what TV show doesn't have the stars, the cops, ever pull a gun? To me, that's like, what's the point of watching that?
Isn't that the ultimate goal, though, as a police officer? You never have to pull your gun and shoot somebody?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not saying you have to shoot somebody, but I want to see some drama, man. I want to see someone pull a gun on somebody and be like, put them in the precarious position.
Why do you think? Why do you think they just to keep it friendly?
I think it was just solely for it was for the kids and for they didn't want a real violent show. It said. But yeah, to me, I never dug that show. What about you, Jeff?
I wasn't a Chips fan.
It's
Never
popular,
really watched.
though.
Yeah, I wasn't just. I don't know. Not
They
really
did a lot of their own stunts.
Yeah?
Yeah, Poncherelli, Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
He took a beating in that show. Broke a lot of bones. So you got to give him up for that. You broke any bones on the Practical Jokers yet?
No.
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 You hope to?
No, not really.
Let's go break a bone.
I really want
That's a
to.
good badge of honor, no? Like I broke a bone on set.
No, I'm all right.
He broke his bone off in Murray's ass. But I also like the crashes, too. Like, there were always crashes, like multiple car pileups.
Crashes,
car chases.
He does love a show that I really love, a cop show that I really, really dug as a kid. I mean, kicked ass, loved the music, loved the whole dynamic. Starsky and Hutch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking great,
Mm-hmm.
great show. And
Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
so gritty. Maybe not realistic gritty,
Right.
but so gritty.
Well, they
so
were in San
funky.
Francisco, right?
They were in a fictional town.
But it was called Bay City, right? It was based on San Francisco.
I don't know if it was based on San Francisco, but what the big there was 3 stars in that show, Q,
Okay.
and it wasn't Huggy Bear.
It was a car.
It was the car.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. The white stripe down there.
Yeah, I remember having a Hot Wheels when I was
Gran
little.
Torino.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys pull guns? Did they shoot?
Oh yeah, they pull
my
guns a
God,
lot. I mean,
yeah.
one of the all time some of my top episodes is one. I think it was Starsky. Which one was Starsky? Was he the blonde?
The blonde guy, right?
He was captured by a gang of some sort, and they were trying to get some information out of him. So they got him hooked on heroin.
Really?
Oh, shit.
That was
Bay City, California.
They wouldn't air that episode in certain countries. It was too realistic, they said.
Wow.
And it took Hutch, had to get him off the junk.
How'd he do it?
He locked him up. He locked him in a hotel room.
Stayed up all night with like the Golden Girls and shit.
Basically, yeah, he kicked heroin in 3 days with the help of Huggy Bear and Hutch.
Yeah, you would think Huggy Bear would be pro heroin.
No, he you would think that, but apparently not. You know what? Also, is a big reason. What they think is a big reason why that show is so popular. Q.
Why is that?
While normal by today's standards, in the 70s, it was not. It was very uncommon to see 2 men show affection for each other the way Starsky and Hutch did.
Really?
Like
They
when
loved each
they
other.
69'd after he got off heroin.
No, you know what I'm talking about. I read that, that like that's what really connected with viewers was the love that they showed for each other. Like man love.
Partnership.
Like
Yeah.
I
like Ming and Mike on Comic Book Men.
And all kidding aside, I equate maybe that way. I think a lot of people could see that in Tell 'em Steve Dave though.
A lot of
man
romance?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I see a lot of letters come in and they talk about the relationship of that and the affection we all have for each other.
Yeah, I like it.
I see a lot of. I mean, we don't drive in fast cars.
No.
We don't.
Drove a Civic for most of our run.
We don't pull guns on bad guys.
No.
But we may love each other.
Yeah, you help Bry get off the junk.
You're my Huggy Bear, Walt.
But apparently, it was very uncommon to see 2 men show that kind of affection for each other. Just
Right.
like a friend relation.
Mr. and Mrs. Roper probably wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Well, Mrs. Roper was very
Well, didn't she want to fuck Jack anyway?
accepting. She wanted to fuck everyone.
Yeah.
But what about Lana? Remember Lana? There was a girl who wanted
Lana,
to screw Jack
yeah.
really bad. Lana, remember her? Like an older woman?
And she came on very strong,
She
yeah.
threw herself at Jack
Really?
constantly. And she disappeared in the season because I guess the character was going nowhere because Jack constantly had to evade her.
Right.
And never, which I don't understand why.
Yeah. Especially, he was a pussy hound. That's
Yeah.
all he'd ever tried to do.
It may have been because she was much older than him.
Do you think she was? I remember she was very, had a very voluptuous, deep voice.
She definitely was a lot older than him. But yeah, he tried to get away from her like nobody's business.
I wouldn't mind stepping into a TV world, heading down to the Regal Beagle for a few drinks with the boys,
Oh yeah.
pounding some down, picking up some Swedish stewardesses, whatever.
You and Larry?
You and Larry out there?
Larry of this world, aren't you?
No, I am not.
But real quick on Starsky and Hutch, apparently Hutch hated that car, Q.
Hated it.
And did everything in his power to try to destroy it on set.
Oh.
Well, he would intentionally crash into things.
There she is. There's
You could tell
Lana Q.
She was much older than Jack by that neck.
Yeah, that turkey neck thing.
He tried to smash the Gran Torino.
He tried to he hated the car. He thought it was silly that 2 undercover cops would drive around in such a loud car. Not loud, like the red.
Right.
Would bring so much attention to
Right down the
themselves.
side of it.
Did you guys like the movie that they made with Ben Stiller?
I didn't see it.
I couldn't stand it. I saw it with you. Remember?
Yeah. I don't
Did you
remember
like
that.
it?
Yeah, we went to see it
I thought
together.
it was funny. I did.
Is it supposed to be funny?
Yeah, yeah. It was total.
So they didn't play it straight?
Not at all. Not at
Yeah,
all.
like
No, it was
that.
more of a parody, really.
There was also, Brad, you remember the Satanist episode of Starsky and Hutch?
I don't. Not offhand, I don't.
Yeah, Starsky and Hutch, they want to get away from it, from the city for a little while, so they rented a cabin together. No chicks. Which is okay. They were talking about chicks the whole time. Like we should have brought chicks with us, but they didn't for some reason. And they stumbled upon a la Race with the Devil. They stumbled upon a satanic cult in the woods.
Get out, really?
And the satanic
Is this
cult,
on DVD? I'd like to go back and watch this.
Oh, yeah, these are on DVD. And the satanic cult put a rattlesnake in Starsky's bathtub.
They got serious.
They used rattlesnakes a lot in Satanist activity, didn't they? They did the same thing in Race with the Devil. They they put a snake in the RV.
The snake is a symbol for the devil. The serpent.
Lana would have been 14 years older than Jack. She was born in 1934. Jack was born in 1948.
Yeah.
I liked him. I was upset. I didn't like when he died.
No, he was good. He was able to portray a very likable character.
Yeah,
no matter
but everything you
whatever
ever heard
character
about
he
him in real life too was like he was always a real nice
did. When
guy.
did he die?
Must be 10 years
Yeah,
now,
about
right?
10 years now.
Did you have a favorite of the three girls, or the four girls actually? You had Joyce DeWitt. You had Janet. Then you had your Chrissy Snow, your Terry, and your Jenny Lee Harrison. What was her name in the show?
Oh yeah, it wasn't Jenny Lee, right?
That was her real name, Jenny Lee Harrison.
Chrissy was what's her face? The Thigh Master.
Yeah.
Suzanne Summers. Crap. What was her name?
Well, there was a spin-off too. Who was on that?
That was like Jack's wife or something,
He
right?
got married and opened up his own restaurant.
Right.
Three's a crowd.
Three's a crowd.
Three's a crowd. That's right. All right.
Cindy Snow.
Cindy Snow.
Cindy Snow was her name.
You'd have to go with the original crew. I'd have to go Chrissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was.
Wasn't she always like in super short shorts and
Yes.
white tights?
She was everything that you, as a East Coast kid, would imagine a West Coast hottie would be, with the bleach blonde hair and pigtails, short shorts, the knee-high socks, all that.
What about you? Janet, Chrissy.
Maybe Miss Roper. Janet, Chrissy. I honestly, I think I would have went for Terry.
There was Terry Alden.
Terry did a good job, but it still always felt like we were always waiting for Chrissy to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
She never came back. Yeah. You know why she didn't come back? You know why she left?
Was it money or was it?
The show's reasoning or the real reason?
Both. Okay, yeah. Let's hear both.
The show's reason it was because she went home to take care of her mother. And she would call on the show. They would try to keep her involved in the show. She was still under contract, so she would call and get updates from the gang until her contract ran out.
Did you get any puss yet, Jack?
What was the real reason?
The real reason was she wanted a hefty raise, and ABC was not willing to cave. Which I guess they were right, man. They had just put any blonde in there, it would have worked.
Yeah. Did it? How did the? I wonder how the ratings did. Like after she left.
Still,
how did we find that out, Bang?
Really? Did she play like a bubblehead?
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. She was a dick.
The other one, but I'm saying the
They
one
all
who
were
replaced.
bubbleheads.
No, the one who replaced her, I thought was.
Yeah, Terry wasn't, but Cindy definitely
they went
was.
the opposite direction.
Yeah, I thought they went the opposite direction when they replaced her. And they make her.
They made her really smart.
Her cousin or something, right?
No, the cousin was even.
The cousin was a
even
dope.
dumber.
She was from a farm or something. Yeah, and Terry was a nurse.
Right. Well,
we interviewed her at in Miami Con.
We did. Priscilla Barnes.
Priscilla Barnes. It's a colorful character.
Firecracker.
Yeah, she sure is.
All right.
Didn't she make racial jokes too? She like Asian.
She made racial jokes.
She did.
She called somebody out for her not being popular enough. Like the only reason she got to be interviewed was because somebody else didn't show up, right? Who was it?
I can't remember. But yeah,
did she say what to you guys what her feelings were about her time on that show? Because I have comments from her saying that she called it the worst point of her career ever with being at these.
She didn't seem happy, right?
No, she didn't. As I recall, she was not like jumping up and down about it.
Sunday Jeff, you love TV.
Oh yeah.
So you've probably tried Hulu.com
all the time.
With Hulu.com. Wait, what? Hulu Plus.
Oh, it sounded so fucking polished.
Didn't it? It really did, right?
It sounded like you two had scripted that.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about Hulu Plus. Hulu.com's for welfare recipients. Hulu Plus, you can watch thousands of hit TV shows and movies.
Wait, what's for welfare recipients?
Hulu.com. That's the free version. That's the government cheese of Hulu's.
Wait, what did Walt call, oh, it's so long ago. It's probably 100 shows ago. You had a word for people.
On the goal?
Yeah. The cockroaches, was that it?
Yeah,
We came just on free
Termites.
Free comic day.
termites.
So it
Come skittering in, get a comic, and leave.
Can't do that anymore.
Right.
Termite thing.
Now that I'm on Comic Book Men,
Yeah.
I got to make sure everything I say about comics is positive.
Right.
I'm like a can of Raid now. Come on in.
Now I'm fucking.
So you're not keeping it
I'm
real.
the candy man of
You
comic
can't
books.
keep it real is what you're saying.
Oh, Q. I haven't kept it real since episode 4, when Malcolm got pissed about fucking.
You're breaking a bottle over.
That's when the truth went out the window, and I became a fucking cartoon.
We're in a
character.
spin zone. From that point on.
The guy from Duck Dynasty just did an interview with somebody talking about how fake the show is, how the editors.
Oh yeah, he admitted it.
Yeah, I mean, not only admitted it, I mean, he went on a fucking rant about it.
He shouldn't be getting the train off that track.
Why is he trying to keep it real?
Whoa, yeah. Why is he doing that? I mean, that's a gold mine right there.
I don't
Have
understand.
you ever walked into Walmart lately?
No.
I swear to God, I think Walmart owns stock in Duck Dynasty.
Really?
All they have is Duck Dynasty products.
That's it,
and
man.
I'm
It's
like,
crazy.
is there? I mean, I know it's popular, but is it that popular?
It's got to be. I mean, it was like 10 million people, right? We're watching the premiere
I gotta
episode.
11.
I gotta feel after you buy the Duck Dynasty slippers,
You've got it
you
all.
got to regret it. You got to regret it after you
Does
get
it
it.
quack when you walk? Like,
I don't know. You just put your foot right in his mouth and like his beard and everything, and you walk around in it. But I can't figure it out. Like at a certain point, just like anything else, just like remember the Achy Breaky Heart? America was ashamed of themselves after.
Right, yeah.
I believe that they will also become. America will be like, oh my god. Like I said this before, America becomes hypnotized by really fucking weird redneck shit all the time.
I think it becomes like it's so kitsch. Like people are like, "Oh, I like that," because you're not expected
Why
to
can't
like
it
it.
be comic book men?
I know. Why can't we
Why
have
couldn't
comic
it be-
book men slippers in Walmart?
Yeah, just for like a month,
Mhm.
just where we became like affluenzic for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Like you can not a month, maybe like a season or two, where it's like, holy shit, and you totally cash in. Which, like, why not, man?
I don't know.
But yeah, they don't love us like they love these
You
guys.
can't even get fucking reviewed in The Onion on this podcast.
I
I thought
know.
we did.
Yeah, but it took me whining to get it.
Oh,
You know
really?
why I think
Yeah, they said it in the article. They said it in the review.
Oh,
there's a backlash, Q.
On?
Tell them Steve Dave.
From who?
Because it's like they don't, because it's like I said, it's that like
keep
there's a
it too
backlash
real.
to the Starsky and Hutch, the gay affection thing.
Right.
I think that's what
We love each other too much.
Yeah.
and they can't handle
They
it.
can't handle it.
Tell them Steve Dave, the podcast that loves too much.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an ad, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Hulu something, Hulu Plus.
Yeah.
Anybody who complains about ads on this show is fucking insane. They're insane.
With Hulu Plus, you can watch your favorite TV shows like SNL, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Shark Tank, and Scandal. Watch every episode of shows like Lost, Law and Order SVU. How many fucking Law and Order SVU shows must there be?
A ton, man.
Gotta be a shitload.
Talk about milking it dry, man.
And then they got originals like The Wrong Man and Behind the Mask, Hulu's new docuseries that takes you inside the world of sports mascots. And then you get a bunch of other shit with it too for $7.99 a month and 2 weeks for free. So you can, I guess, make sure you like it.
So I use this Hulu Plus. It is great.
There is a lot of stuff on
Yeah,
it.
it's great. It's great.
HuluPlus.com/TESD. And that's the code you got to put in for your extended free trial.
Have you guys heard about the Duck Dynasty very controversial comments?
About homosexuality being like bestiality. I just heard about that today.
Whoa,
Yeah.
who said that?
I think
One of the guys.
the main star.
Duck Commander.
Somebody fucking marked this date on the calendar.
Phil
This is the
Robertson.
beginning of the
This
end.
is the beginning of the end.
Walmart, could they pull the Duck Dynasty slippers off of this? The way
Possible.
Target has decided to make a stand in
With Beyonce.
Beyonce.
There's been no backlash to that yet? He compared homosexuality to bestiality?
I don't know, Brian. I don't know if Brian's correct. Let's see. Yes, he said he thinks homosexuality is a sin comparable to bestiality.
Goodbye, Duck Dynasty.
Is it over?
Shut your fucking mouth. Yes,
But no, he follows it up with, it seems like to me a vagina as a man would be more desirable than a man's anus. All right, you're speaking my language right now.
that's
That's just me. I'm just thinking there's more there. She's got more to offer. I mean, come on, dude, you know what I'm saying. But hey, sin, it's not logical, my man. It's just not logical. Everything is blurred on what's right and what's wrong. Sin becomes fine. Start with homosexual behavior and just morph out from there. Bestiality. God. Sleep around with this woman and that woman and that woman and those men. Don't be deceived. Neither the adulterers, the idolaters, the male prostitutes, the homosexual offenders, the greedy, the drunkards, sorry, Q, the slanderers, the swindlers, they won't inherit the kingdom of God. Don't deceive yourself. It's not right. Woo!
What do you think, Ming? Is that
That might be this might be
is that
it.
the domino right there?
This is a big domino, huge domino.
There's a lot of people at that network just grabbing their
Like
heads
why?
and just being
Why
like,
couldn't they just shut up
just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is stunning.
Couldn't it just keep the slippers?
Nope.
Robertson's anti-gay comments did not sit well with lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender advocates.
Yeah.
Glad called his comments some of the vilest and most extreme uttered against them, littered with outdated stereotypes and blatant misinformation.
Well, come on, we've recovered from some pretty inflammatory remarks.
Yeah.
That,
We didn't never call homosexuals bestiality.
But Ming called people with red hair beasts.
Yeah, he called them monsters or aliens
Something
or
like
something.
that. Aliens, not of this world.
No, you're right. No. You said that they were aliens, and Ming said that they were...
Like Inhuman or something like that. I can't remember.
They weren't people
animals
or
or
something.
something.
Animals, yes, animals.
And we okay.
Which is beasts.
Yeah, and I recovered fine from that.
You never paid a price for that.
No, I
Bounce
didn't.
back.
Yeah, I bounced back.
But you're not.
Why do you think they moved comic book men to midnight?
Yeah, Papa Duck.
Sundays.
Yeah,
I didn't even think
you
about
fucked
that.
it up
You
for
had
us.
the sweetest fucking spot
We
in
did.
all of television.
We did 10 o'clock on Sunday, right after Walking Dead, and I
then
fucked it up.
You opened your mouth about gingers, and now look at you.
Well, I think this is a good litmus test, Q. If there's no price to pay from this,
Right.
then it's legitimate, man. They are just too popular. There's nothing that they can say that can derail that train.
You're right. I'd be shocked if they don't get something. If you don't see this guy apologizing at some point.
When did he say it, Brian?
It appears he just said it. Maybe within the past few days.
Say that?
Oh, it was in an interview with GQ.
You don't know to shut up and to just repeat the San Francisco agenda if you want to make it entertainment. Like, you don't know that?
You got the talking red points, right?
Oh, yeah.
From
this,
True?
It's the second I got a TV show, they're like, this is all the stuff you like and support. Please.
Do not compare gays to
Did Mel
beasts.
Gibson deliver the speech to you?
Well, they held him up. They put a picture of him.
Like, yo, sugar tits.
Yeah. Like,
Listen up.
they, please.
I don't know.
just shut your mouth.
I wonder if this is going to be enough to put a chink in that armor, though.
Whoa! Oh, what? I don't know if we can bounce back from that.
Again, this is a commercial.
HuluPlus.com/TESD. He and his family were on Barbara Walters' Most Fascinating People of 2013.
Why did they say
He snubbed her interview by going duck hunting instead. Now there's
People
a dude.
like that. People like that.
Yeah,
People
that's
like that. Like, oh yeah, get that hoity-toity. What's it like? She thinks she knows it all.
He doesn't need her.
Right.
She doesn't need it.
People love that. They don't love though when you compare the Jack Trippers of the world to beasts.
That's right. That's not right. It's not even accurate.
It's not cool.
We here.
Walmart right now could snap up and turn those slippers into Brian Johnson beard guy slippers.
Right.
Yeah.
To recover
Right.
from all the lost revenue.
At a discount? I don't. I'm hardly going to say anything inflammatory about gay people. How great would that be? Fucking repurposed Duck Dynasty slippers.
Sticker over the label. It says Duck Dynasty. It just says CBM.
Comic book. Now that you're talking about them, I got to take a look at these slippers. Are they awesome?
I don't even know if they're real. I don't know if they're slippers.
I guarantee you that there's slippers out there. Oh my god!
I saw a chocolate bar the other day.
Yeah, there's everything.
We here at Tell Steve Dave can toe the San Francisco agenda, so we're make some product on us.
Oh, there's just not enough. Our listeners are definitely hardcore. There you go.
Oh, the glasses.
All you got to do is take the glasses off, and it's me.
But the Army's just not big enough to support the kind of merchandising that that goes out there.
If these things go sour, just take the glasses off.
Yeah, the Army. I mean, he's got blue eyes. Just take those glasses off, and we're in business, boys.
There's probably like 10 warehouses.
Why buy slippers?
And they're never going to be able to sell. This is their only hope of trying to recoup some of the investment.
They got to go back. Okay, here's another one. See, this is another version of them.
That's crazy, man. Who would buy that?
Why? It's even got blue eyes too.
It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Right? I mean, how popular is that show that somebody was like, "We'll make
everywhere."
slippers.
When I was in Disney this weekend,
They have product of Disney?
No. 8-year-old kids were wearing Duck Dynasty t-shirts walking by, and I was like, "What is going on?" Not one Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt. Insane.
Would you want to see it on that level, though? Don't you love the fact that it's kind of the underground pod?
I do, but
your wallet says, "Boy, it would be nice to have the Duck Dynasty."
We could get Tell 'em Steve Dave Chia Pets.
You know what?
Well, Ming, you've certainly recently branched out into
keychains.
Keychains.
Yeah, keychains. We got
How is the
T-shirts.
keychains business going?
It could be
a little more brisk.
A little more brisk. We're not in Walmart yet, but I'm working on it.
They're selling like he called gays beasts.
Well, I mean, it could be a little,
it takes time to make inroads.
Yeah.
Next year.
Why doesn't he have the lovability of a Phil
Who?
Dynasty? Ming. Like what's holding us back, Ming? Come on.
I don't know.
We got to figure this out. It's too niche,
I
right?
said duck hunting was too niche too.
What the fuck? I've never known one duck hunter in my entire life. I've never even seen a duck call.
If they sat you down, Ming, and was like, "Look, we feel we can get comic book men up to Duck Dynasty level of popularity.
You got to suck my dick.
No. You have to jettison one cast member.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
No, you wouldn't do it?
Wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I skipped the Christmas party. Yeah. I'm not jettisoning any of the characters, so.
Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? You could always share it with them later.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
It would be too hard to continue to do the pod.
There'd be hurt feelings. Yeah.
What do you mean the pod? I didn't say who it was.
I know. I'm saying no.
Hurt feelings, man.
I know who he jettisoned.
That's bad
little
karma.
Rat bastard.
That's bad karma, dude.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Wow.
All right, Hulu Plus.
HuluPlus.com.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.